Really? Well, welcome to Parent with Purpose. We are going to be talking today about a nonprofit organization that really has a huge heart for people in general, but we are going to pull it through into our parenting topic, and we're going to hear some great ways to actually parent with purpose. And so if you're interested in commenting or doing anything, have any questions that you would like to ask, please look for the names Lisa and Miguel in the actual title. Make sure you ask the questions on the website, because of that way we're actually going to be able to make sure that we get the questions to them. And welcome, Lisa and Miguel.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk about an amazing organization that you two have started to help people understand their worth and value. And we are going to tie that through and how we can do that as parents as well, right?
Yes.
So Lisa, I'm going to let you start off by telling us about the organization.
Yeah. Well, the organization is actually called Light Up Your World. Really what it is, the heart of it, is helping people to understand their immense, incredible value. So true value is inside of us. We are all born with it. You know, sometimes we feel we have to earn it, but the truth is, when we were born, it was a part of who we are. Just like our bones are inside of us, we didn't have to do anything to get those bones inside of us. It was just there. And that's the same with our immense, incredible value.
I could see this actually working for corporate people,
Yes, yeah.
right? So team leaders, they've got to be making sure that they help their people understand their potential. So this trickles into every area of our life,
Absolutely.
not just parenting. But
Yes.
obviously we're going to focus on parenting because that's what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
it's huge. And what we're
Yes.
talking about is positivity over negativity.
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
So,
Yes.
and so how would you say that this relates for disciplining maybe in parenting? Like how would we incorporate this positive mindset but still be able to discipline?
Right, so the first objective of parenting is to help our children understand that they do have immense, incredible value, and that they are here to make this world a better place.
Right.
And even if they could do nothing, this world would be much better just because they're a part of it. The idea as parents is, okay, how can we communicate value to our kids so that they understand that they have immense, incredible value, as Lisa was saying.
Yeah.
And then how can we equip them to help other people understand that they have immense, incredible value as well through their choices of their words and their actions towards others and even towards themselves. So when it comes to disciplining, one of the big problems that I had was that I tried to be merciful and I did the 3-second rule. And, thinking if I give them 3 seconds, and of course the 3 seconds always took like 30 minutes.
Right.
3 seconds, 2.5, 2.25, etc. But the problem is that the frustration level kept increasing, and by the time I got to 0, I was angry.
Right.
And a lot of times I've heard other parents, and I don't remember if I did, I probably did say, but I can't take it anymore, or you're irritating me, you're bugging me. And so when we're disciplining, and I'll get to the disciplining in a second, when we're disciplining out of anger, especially when we're using those terms, it's focused on who we are.
Right.
And so because you're affecting me negatively, now I'm going to impose a punishment on you,
Right.
which is an injustice.
Right.
Because it's about me and not about them.
Right.
And
It's
because
about your
I'm
anger or
angry.
frustration.
Yes, right. And so our kids won't understand that, but, well, they won't be able to articulate it, but somehow intuitively they'll understand that that is an injustice, even though they won't be able to define it as that. And so as parents, what we need to do, even when we're disciplining our children, because there's a difference between discipline, punishment, and correction. A lot of times when we're talking about disciplining our kids, it's really punishment. So discipline is always focused on the value of the person. So I love you and I want what's best for you. And I want you to develop into a person who has character so that you can become the best person that you can be, and you can make this world as the best world possible through who you are and the character that you've developed. So discipline is focused on I love you and I want what's best for you. And then it's focused on their destiny. So even in our discipline, we need to be communicating, I love you and you are a gift to this world, but you need to understand that the choice that you made was not a good choice. And if we walk out, so with our kids, what we did was, when we started to learn this, well, as an example, well, you need to clean your room. Well, none of our friends have to clean the room, and what difference does it make? We say, well, today we see an unclean room, but tomorrow we see, you haven't learned to be disciplined in organizing things, so at school you're going to not be organized, and when it's test time, you're not going to be able to find your notes, and you're not going to do well on your tests, you're not going to pass in your workplace, you're not going to be able to keep your job just because you haven't learned to be disciplined in this area, to be organized. And So we said, and we don't want that for you. We want what's best for you. So you might just see an unmade bed and some clothes on the floor, but we're seeing a discipline that will serve you well for the rest of your life.
Right.
So now it becomes about them.
Yes.
Now, they may not be any happier because we've explained that it's about them and for their purpose. They'll still kick and
Argue.
scream about
Yes.
it. But at the end of the day, if we are consistent in helping them to understand that we love them and what's best for them,
Yeah.
when they put their head on the pillow, it doesn't matter how much they kick and scream and complain to us. When they go to bed at night, they will know, yes, mom and dad love me.
Love me.
Right? So discipline is focused on you have value and I want what's best for you. Now, part of disciplining could include punishment and correction. Punishment is the negative consequence for the choice that you made.
Right.
So, our children need to understand that there are consequences to our choices. And our imposing a punishment on them helps them to understand at some point, at some level, hopefully it will become ingrained in them that my choices do have consequences.
Positive
and I
or
need to be
negative,
thinking, I need to be thinking, is this the kind of consequence that I want in my life?
Right.
If it's not, then I better not make this choice.
Right.
So the idea of disciplining our children is that they don't understand the need for self-discipline. So we need to impose a discipline upon them until they embrace that and recognize, I need this as a self-discipline in my life.
And that happens when they get older, generally not as children, because I know
Right.
we're in a society right now where the word discipline is almost like, no, don't say that.
Frowned on.
Right? Like you don't discipline. I'm like,
Right.
well, why don't we? My children don't know the difference between right and wrong yet. That's and I need to teach them that. So at some point, if we do this correctly, you're saying they will learn how to impose self-discipline so that they're reaching their goals and what they want to get out of life. Perfect.
And our society is saying don't discipline because we have confused discipline with punishment. And
Yes.
punishment is usually meted out in our anger, which is the injustice.
Which is why people are putting their
Exactly.
hands up and going, you don't do that.
Exactly.
Because they've probably had unfair
Exactly.
consequences happen
Yes.
to them, and so now they go, well, we're not doing that to our
Yeah.
kids, right?
So later on in raising our kids, by the time they were teens, I would have to say on occasion, we're just going to not deal with this right now because I'm too angry.
Yes,
So-
I've done that.
So then I was able to compose myself, and then we're able to deal with it. Because I love you, I value you. But when you're angry, you don't want to go and hug your kid. You want to hug the child until they can't breathe anymore, kind of thing, right? You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So you can't really express love because of the anger. So,
Right.
And when we're angry is usually when we intentionally or unintentionally by our interaction, we convey a message to them that they don't have value,
Right.
that they're worthless, that they're useless. And so that's why if you're angry, remove yourself from the situation, wait till you're composed, and then you're able to communicate through, I love you, and through the discipline.
Right.
So then the punishment is a negative consequence, and the correction is, if you just change this, you would have a better outcome. So correction is giving them the option to choose whether or not they're going to change that thing to make it better.
Right.
So
And correction is where you're actually now at this point trying to teach them to do self-discipline.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So
Okay.
these are the options, and this is the direction that's going to go. So if you just correct this and make this choice, then you would go in a different direction.
Okay. So you guys go into schools and you actually teach this to the kids. Do you do anything for parents? Like, is there any way for you to actually go out into the community and reach parents?
Yeah, we've done at different schools after we've done a couple of sessions with the kids. Then we have a time where we invite the parents to come back and we go through a number of different resources that we have that have helped us now in doing what Miguel's talking about, disciplining as opposed to punishing and that kind of thing, and just really imparting to parents about the true value of every person and our sense of value as well. It really helps parents to understand where their kids are at. We don't have anything per se that we do specifically out in the community unless we're invited into a certain event to teach on it, which we have
So
done.
I'll have actually the website down below. Please feel free to click on that and or contact us, and we will make sure that we get all that information to you. You know what? This has been an absolute honor to have both of you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank
Great.
you.
Our pleasure.